Hi everyone, I'm Qingying. I'm a final year CS PhD candidate from UIUC. Today I'm going to talk about our paper which subverts visual phishing detectors through the diffusion model. This is a collaborative work from UIUC, University of Padua, and University of Liechtenstein. Phishing attacks become very common after real-world incidents. On July 18th, CrowdStrike sent out a faulty software update that crashed Microsoft servers all over the world. This caused a global IT outage and a direct loss over $5.4 billion for Fortune 500. Phishing campaigns target at affected users during the outage through sending out phishing web pages. Here is an example of such phishing website that impersonates Microsoft with this Microsoft logo, but it comes with a fake domain. Attackers may trick users to open this website and enter some sensitive information. Visual similarity-based phishing detectors can help identify the above-mentioned attacks. Similar ideas have been explored in recent research and industry products such as Safe Search Content Filter by Google. In our paper, we focus on logo-based phishing detector. Given a testing image and a URL, the detector will first extract the logo, put it into a similarity learning-based neural network. In our case, it is a Siamese network with OCR model. The model will generate the embedding for the testing logo and compares that with the embeddings for the reference list. If the similarity between the testing and the reference list is very high, higher than the predefined threshold, a match is found. However, if we compare the domains of the testing and the reference logo, we can see they are different. This indicates the testing web page is a phishing website that resembles a legitimate brand. In our paper, we explore the robustness of such logo-based phishing detector. The goal of our attack is to generate adversarial logos that look similar to the original logos, but has a large distance in the embedding space and pass the visual phishing detector. Here is an example of the original phishing website that tested classified as phishing by the detector. However, if we put the adversarial logo on the web page, it will be classified as benign because the logo has a low embedding similarity. Before getting to the details, I'd like to talk about the high-level ideas of our attack. Here are a few examples of our successful adversarial attack. The first row are original logos, and the second and third rows are adversarial logos with smaller and larger perturbations. You can see our attack is different from traditional adversarial ML, which only allows invisible perturbations. Attacking real-world system is not limited by invisible perturbations. So we build our attack based on the hypothesis that we can generate large perturbations for the logos, but keep semantic level of consistency so that it wouldn't alarm users. So how do we do that? We separate logos into image and text part. For the text part, the importance is to preserve the correct spelling. According to our recent user study, users are very sensitive to any spelling errors or typos in the adversarial logos. We designed the image part to tolerate a little bit more noises by creating high-fidelity logos with constant image styles, but adding some new variants. We target at the logo-based phishing detector phishing intention. It has a good logo matching accuracy of 0.9. And we use the same similarity threshold they use as tau equals to 0.87. We attack the system in white box, which we assume the attacker has perfect knowledge of the model structure and the reference list. And the white box method works well. We also attack it in a black box method, which will assume the attacker only knows the reference list. Although this is a black box setting, we feel the assumption is still valid because the reference list covers top phishing brands. Their logos are well-known and easy to collect. And then we build a local surrogate model which approximates the phishing detector. The black box method also works well, but with reduced effectiveness compared to the white box. In the rest of my talk, I'll be focusing on explaining the white box method, but you can always check out the details of our black box in the paper. In our method, we define logos into text-only, image-only, and image-text logos. Our method tested on 100 brands, but we'll be focusing on analyzing the top 18 phishing brands. So for a text logo attack, we'll search for successful adversarial text logos through alternative fonts. We're gonna first generate text using different fonts from Google open source and common fonts with the text generator tool. Our method is motivated by the fact that OCR models are very sensitive to different font styles, and our method can guarantee there are no spelling errors in our generated text, and is very efficient. During the searching, we're gonna search the top K fonts from all the font candidates with OCR embeddings smaller than the threshold. For image logo attack, we define a customized diffusion model. For the original logo X0 and the generated logo X0 prime, we define this new loss function. LVLB refers to the variational lower bound estimation loss used by the improved diffusion model. The goal of this loss is to minimize the visual differences between the generated and the original logo. L attack is a hinge loss function. P5 refers to phishing detector Siamese model, and the goal of this loss is to minimize the differences in phishing embedding space for the generated and the original logo. Specifically, it aims at minimizing their cosine similarity to be smaller than the predefined similarity threshold. Beta is the adaptive balancing factor. We keep it small so the L attack loss wouldn't overwhelm the VLB loss. When we train the whole thing, we freeze the phishing detectors model, so only the model weights of the diffusion model will be updated. Some concrete step of the image logo attack is we're gonna fine-tune the basic improved diffusion model using all logo images from the protected list. This covers 277 phishing brands and over 3,000 logo images. We did this fine-tuning to make sure we can learn a very good global representation for all the logo images, because for certain brands, we have very few training examples. Secondly, we're gonna train the customized diffusion model for each brand to ensure we have high-quality logo images. We also did some pre-processing, such as removing the text part for image text logos, and we also augmented the training set. During the sampling process, we sampled 500 logo images for each brand using different model iterations. Now, here are the results for our text logo attack. We focus on 15 brands. Because we're gonna put the font logos back on the screenshots, we select one phishing web page for each brand. We select top 200 successful logos, put them on web pages, and test through phishing intention. Here are the visual examples of our attack logos. And we can see our text is pretty effective, that a lot of the top 200 fonts can bypass phishing intention. For image logo attack, we focus on 11 image-only brands. We put higher quality successful adversarial logos on web pages and test through phishing intention. And here are some visual examples, and we can see this attack also works very well, that majority of higher quality adversarial logos can bypass phishing intention. For image text logos, we combine successful text and image logos on web pages and test through phishing intention. Here's such an example of combined logo on the web page. We can see the success rate of combined attack is slightly lower than that of text and image attack individually. However, if we look at the absolute number of these combined logos, we still have thousands of web pages and can bypass it. In the previous evaluation, we proved that we can generate adversarial logos that bypass phishing detectors effectively. But how good are they in deceiving users? We did a user study by focusing on the web page level for phishing detection. We like to compare users' perceptions recognizing adversarial phishing versus unmodified phishing web pages. We recruit 150 participants, and the web pages for all the 18 brands will be shown to them. We designed 2 sets of study. Within each study, 9 of them will be benign, and the rest 9 will be adversarial or unmodified phishing web pages. all the web pages will be shown to users in random order, and we only select adversary web pages with the highest quality logos. This is a strategy the attacker can take to make their attack stronger. In the user study, we ask the two questions. First, we want them to rate the legitimacy of the website. The score ranges from 1 to 6, and we also want the user to explain the reasons of their decisions. So here are the results of our user study. We can see users can detect adversarial phishing web pages slightly better than the unmodified phishing websites. However, there is no large difference between their perception on the two studies. If we take a look at the true positive rate, although users can detect adversarial phishing better than unmodified phishing, the true positive rate is still very low, just slightly better than the random guess. This indicates that our adversarial logos don't alarm users. This is further improved in our findings that only 23% of the responses which correctly identified phishing websites mention logo as their indicators. In conclusion, we show that our adversarial logos preserve semantic consistency and can deceive users. In terms of defense, we tested the standard adversarial retraining on the phishing detectors classification model using our adversarial logos. This method is not very effective. You can see the success rate of our testing logos are still very high. And then we proposed a new adversary retraining with protect list augmentation. We expand the protect list with the new successful logos. This method is effective. You can see the success rate of our tags reduced to zeros for most of the brands. To conclude our paper, we propose a methodology. We generate adversarial logos that bypass logo-based visual phishing detectors. Our method targets at sabotaging the similarity learning models they use and can transfer well to other visual similarity-based phishing detectors. Our generated logos maintain the semantic level of consistency. This is supported by our user study. In terms of defense, we think that consistently updating the reference list might be necessary for the defense. Thanks for your time, and please check out our paper. I'll be on the job market, so feel free to reach out if you're interested in my work. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you very much for the great talk.